In the future, Earth is slowly dying due to all the damage caused by humans, and people have become desperate to escape by any means possible. Then, one day, a massive black sphere suddenly appears near Mars, so a team of 6 astronauts is sent to investigate it aboard a spacecraft called Achilles. The journey lasts 8 months, and the crew remains in stasis the entire time. Carla dreams about her daughter and her mother, both of whom died in a car accident years ago. With only 8 hours left until arrival, the crew wakes up from stasis and begins stretching and regaining full awareness. Carla notices that Robin is nervous because this is his first time experiencing stasis. She advises him to relax, but he is a blogger and insists on documenting the experience for his followers. Later, Carla meets Captain Paul, and they attempt to gather information about the black sphere through scans, but the ship's AI is unable to retrieve any data about it. Carla suggests turning back, but Paul insists on continuing the mission, which increases Robin's anxiety due to the lack of information. The crew contacts Vance, the mission director, who tells them that people on Earth are waiting for answers and that they cannot disappoint them, so the mission must continue. After a while, Carla begins hearing her mother's voice in the corridors, but she cannot see anyone. At the same time, Robin hears terrifying whispers inside his room. When Carla returns to her cabin, Vance calls her via video and says he is worried about her because she looks stressed, but she reassures him that she is fine. The call suddenly drops. The ship's AI then announces that the black sphere is causing a malfunction in the spacecraft systems. Carla rushes to the main deck and sees the sphere emitting a powerful beam of light toward the ship, causing severe system disturbances. The rest of the crew gathers, and Tez suggests that the light might be a form of guidance. As the ship continues approaching, the AI picks up a signal coming from the sphere. After analyzing it, they decode a repeating message meaning, God, in Latin. Robin becomes terrified and demands to return immediately before leaving the room. Carla suggests pausing the mission until communications are restored so they can inform Vance in case it is a hostile alien entity, but Captain Paul decides to continue. The crew later finds Robin crying in the corridor, extremely unstable. He believes the light represents the end of the world and that the voices told him so. He demands the mission be cancelled and then walks away. The team debates theories about the phenomenon. Olaf says it is their duty to discover what the black sphere is, even if it is a trick by aliens, and suggests they could destroy it if necessary. Paul monitors everything through the cameras and warns Olaf not to mention blowing it up again. As they get closer to the sphere, Carla and Robin begin hearing the voices again. Olaf takes Carla to her room, and she tells him she has been suffering from headaches since her car accident, but she does not mention the voices. Their conversation is interrupted when Tez reports that Robin is missing. The crew splits up to search for him. Tez goes to the cargo bay, where she finds Robin hiding between containers, surrounded by light and performing rituals to appease the voices in his head. Religious symbols are carved into his skin. When Tez finally finds him, she screams in terror, prompting Carla and Olaf to rush over. By the time Carla arrives, it is too late. Tez is dead on the floor. Robin notices Carla watching him, so he kidnaps her and threatens to kill her as well when Olaf arrives. His voice is filled with despair, and he says they have no hope left. He believes landing on the black sphere will make them part of its altar. He also claims that Paul is hiding something important, and that they should take control of the ship from him. At that moment, Paul appeared right behind Robin, pulled out his gun without hesitation, and shot him dead on the spot. Afterward, he told Olaf to bring 2 body bags without showing any emotion over the loss of 2 crew members. Carla took Robin's knife and followed Paul into the elevator, asking him if he knew anything. Paul denied everything and got angry because he felt Carla was trying to back out of the mission, reminding her that orders are orders. When they reached her room, Carla exploded at him, saying he was showing a cold attitude toward the deaths of their teammates, but Paul walked away. Instead of bringing body bags, Olaf decided to place the 2 bodies in their stasis chambers along with the rest of the crew, with only 3 hours left before reaching the black sphere. The crew detached the main structure of the ship Achilles and transferred into a smaller craft to move more easily across the black sphere. Carla noticed strange structures on its surface but couldn't understand what they were. When they finally landed on the black sphere, communications came back online, and the crew contacted Vance. He told them that 100,000 structures like the ones Carla had seen had appeared on Earth, but there were no signs of an invasion. Vance was convinced the black sphere was behind everything and insisted the crew solve the mystery as quickly as possible. Paul ordered Olaf and Carla to go out and investigate, but Sin told them they needed a scientist and volunteered to join them. The three suited up and exited the craft, while Paul monitored them through cameras. The black sphere was completely dark, making it impossible to see anything from a distance, and Carla's radar detected nothing. When she touched the ground, she stated that it was made of an unknown material on Earth. Paul ordered them to approach one of the structures. As they got closer, they realized it wasn't just a structure, it was a massive gate. Suddenly, a bright light began shining from inside it. Olaf fired a small rocket to illuminate the area further, revealing more of the structure. They discovered a symbol known as the Horizon Event, representing a boundary beyond which reality, as they know it, can no longer be affected. Carla said it looked like the end of existence, and scanned the gate, confirming it was made of the same material as the black sphere. At that moment, the crew heard a strange sound that should not exist in a vacuum. Paul explained that the AI had detected a transmission being sent through their communication devices. The signal simply said, "Hello?" As the light intensified, a woman appeared in the center of the gate. She was sending messages directly into their minds, and the AI translated them for the crew, revealing that the being claimed to speak on behalf of the gods. The entity said it had come both as a warning and as help, offering humanity a choice. Those who entered the gate would find eternal peace. Carla was chosen to guide them, and the entity said that inside the gate lay the end of all suffering and pain, while those who refused would die when the black sphere reached Earth and destroyed it. Suddenly, the woman transformed into Carla's mother and told her that someone was waiting for her inside the gate. Carla was shocked and stepped into the light, finding herself in a flashback of the car accident, before ending up near a golden city. The memory of the accident was still fresh in her mind, and she saw her daughter there. She ran toward her, but before they could reunite, Carla suddenly woke up on a table inside the spacecraft after suffering a seizure. Carla regained consciousness, and wondered how she had gotten there. Olaf explained that she had failed to stop after exiting the gate, and had been brought back to the ship. Unfortunately, Sin couldn't relay the full details, as their communication was interrupted by a call from Vance demanding to know everything. Carla told him about the Golden City and compared it to Jerusalem, while Olaf called it heaven. She said nothing about her family, even after Vance asked her several questions, and when she told him she hadn't seen anything else, he didn't believe her. After the call ended, Paul left the room. Carla asked about Sin's death, and Olaf explained that his suit had exploded. Carla couldn't believe it, because their suits were made of a material that doesn't break. Olaf said that Sin hadn't properly sealed his suit glove, which caused the failure. But Carla still couldn't accept it, since Sin was a highly experienced explorer. Olaf reminded her that everyone makes mistakes and told her to rest. Carla wanted to explore the black sphere again, but Olaf told her the ship was already moving away. He followed her outside, and when they reached a corridor without cameras, Olaf asked what she had seen inside the gate. She told him about her family, and also said she didn't trust Vance and Paul because they were clearly hiding something. Olaf later returned to the control deck. Paul asked what had happened when he and Carla were outside the camera range, and Olaf said she hadn't revealed anything new. Paul remained suspicious but assumed Olaf was simply following orders. When the ship left the black sphere's orbit, the AI announced that the crew had to be ready for stasis within an hour. Meanwhile, after taking Robin's knife, Carla went to the stasis rooms. She saw Sin's body, especially his suit. Then she broke into Paul's room using the knife and began searching for evidence. Paul watched her through surveillance cameras and sent Olaf after her. Inside Paul's room, Carla found a handgun and several mission files. When Olaf appeared outside the room, she confronted him at gunpoint. After reading the files, she discovered that Olaf had been a Special Forces soldier, and was known as one of the best. Olaf explained that this was in the past, and that he knew nothing about the Black Sphere. Carla forced Olaf to return to the main deck, then pointed the gun at Paul. Paul said she was committing mutiny and that the punishment was death, but Carla responded that Sin had been shot and killed, and she believed Olaf might be the murderer because of his past as a professional killer. At that tense moment, Vance suddenly interrupted the call. He told Carla he was not her enemy, and that all his scientists were convinced she had truly seen heaven. He then played a video showing people on Earth gathering in the streets, trying to leave the planet after seeing broadcasts about the Black Sphere. Carla was shocked. Paul took advantage of the moment and attacked her. A struggle broke out, but Carla managed to push him back and shoot him in the chest, killing him. She then realized she had been injured in the stomach and was bleeding. After the call ended, Carla held the gun on Olaf. He admitted he had killed Sin, but said he no longer wanted to kill her because he wanted to understand the truth about the Black Sphere and what she had seen inside it. Carla decided to trust him. Olaf took her to the emergency room to treat her wound. Once she recovered, she admitted she wanted to return to the Black Sphere again, but Vance was controlling the AI. Olaf revealed that he had a code that could bypass the AI, but they would lose propulsion, and returning to Earth would take more than 5 years. Carla lost hope, but Olaf had an alternative plan. Carla returned to the control deck and contacted Vance, telling him she would destroy the Black Sphere if necessary because she believed it was a lie. But Vance opened classified files and showed her the entity they had discovered. He revealed that it was the one who had built the Black Sphere to save 6 billion people by eliminating the rest, due to Earth's overpopulation. There was no God in the gate, and the Black Sphere was not capable of destroying Earth. It had all been a lie designed to push humanity into panic, making them rush toward gates appearing across the planet. People believed they were entering heaven, but in reality, they were walking toward their own death. Carla couldn't understand how he had made her hear her family's voices. Vance admitted he had implanted a chip in her brain after her accident, his mistake, and that everything had been part of his plan to prepare her for this mission. Carla broke down in tears and called Vance a monster, recalling a story her mother used to tell her, that every person deserves a chance to live. At that moment, Olaf contacted her and said he had taken control of the core of the Achilles ship. Vance realized they were planning to destroy the Black Sphere and ordered the AI to initiate the ship's self-destruct sequence. Alarms began blaring as the AI announced that the Achilles would explode in 3 minutes. Carla panicked and smashed the hologram device to end Vance's call. She contacted Olaf, who gave her the code to detach the main ship from the massive structure. Olaf was now trapped in an elevator and couldn't reach the main ship in time. He told Carla to leave without him. She initially refused, but the self-destruct sequence activated. The Achilles began exploding in multiple areas at once. Carla had no choice but to detach the ship and watched in horror as the main structure was destroyed, believing her friend had died. But suddenly Olaf contacted her again, revealing that he had escaped at the last second. The two celebrated surviving. Olaf explained that they had lost half of the Achilles ship, so repairs would have to be done manually. Carla agreed, saying they would do it together. However, when they landed on the Black Sphere, Olaf closed the door behind him and told Carla to return to Earth so she could tell the truth to humanity. Carla quickly boarded the craft, said goodbye to Olaf, and waited until she was far enough away. Then Olaf triggered the final explosion, destroying the core of the Black Sphere. In the end, Carla traveled alone back to Earth. The AI informed her that the journey would take 7 years. And that was the end of the story. Thank you for watching, and don't forget that your opinion matters to us, so please leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel.